Hey guys, what is going on? Joel here, and welcome to Back in the Day. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a different one. Today's actually going to be a response video. So I was actually subscribed to by a guy by the name of RonMan Gaming, and if you haven't checked his channel out yet, please go there. He does like different reviews and like just talks about retro, you know, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, things like that. And actually, how we kind of got connected was via my buddy Retro Reminiscence. Retro had given me a shout out on one of his latest videos, and RonMan came over, checked out my channel, and subbed. And I started checking his stuff out. I liked the content, so I subbed. Well, anyways, a few months back, he had done a video called "Bad NES Games That He Still Likes to Play." And I want to say, like, he had done, he said the one was, the first one starting off was, like, just kind of a joke, and then that would be the Action 52. Actually, what I'm gonna try to do, I'm going to try to put a link to that video in my description. Not overly tech savvy, so if it works out, it works out. If not, just look up RonMan Gaming, and you'll find it on his channel. But, He listed off a few games that he admitted were bad games, but were still fun. He still enjoyed playing, and a couple of the games on his list I couldn't speak to because I wasn't familiar with them. I had never played them. But there were three that I had, and I had kind of like, I had commented, I had said, you know, yeah, I do enjoy like maybe this one. I said the other two are just absolute garbage. And he said, well, yeah, I should do a response video. So that's what this is going to be. I had to, like, I had told him, like, I have to actually tweak this a little bit because the games that I picked out, his were strictly NES games. I had to do a mixture of NES and Super NES because I don't have like a bunch of NES titles that I think are bad games that I enjoy. I mean, to me, they're all good games, save for like one or two. So I had to throw in a couple of Super Nintendo titles because I do have, just to kind of have to balance it out. So, you know, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and this is like I just tried to get, you know, a nice even number. It wasn't like top 5, top 8, whatever. It's just literally like I grabbed 5 games and went from there as games that are, you know, they're shitty games by and large, but I still have fun with them. So Terminator 2, the arcade game, or I should say T2, the arcade game. This is a far cry from the actual arcade game. This is a really shitty port. It plays like shit, but I don't know if maybe it's because I'm a sucker for Terminator 2 because it's like my favorite game, but I still actually enjoy this game. So yeah, that's definitely a bad game that I still enjoy. This next one, the original Turtles, this was actually on his list. And it's not necessarily that this is a bad game per se, but when you compare it to Turtles 2 or even Turtles 3, which Manhattan Project I'm not overly familiar with. I only played it, you know, I played it a handful of times. But you know, when you grew up as a kid in the late 80s, early 90s, and the Ninja Turtles were at the height of their popularity, this game was amazing for what it was, but in comparison to Turtles 2, I still enjoy playing this, even though this game is hard as hell, and by and large, it's not that great of a game. So, yeah. The next one, WWF WrestleMania, Super WrestleMania. This was actually a game as a kid that I rented a lot because I really enjoyed it, and I was a big fan of The Undertaker back in the early 90s when the Super Nintendo came out. Now, I will say I tried to go back and play this, and I have the memories of it were a lot more. I remember it more fondly than it actually was, but I still enjoy playing this because I mean it is such a dopey looking game. It plays absolutely horrible, but I still have fun with it. So yeah, WrestleMania. Another one for me, a Top Gun for the Nintendo, because I know that like the Angry Video Game Nerd has done the thing about like actually like trying to land the jet on the aircraft carrier, which after I got the hang of it I was able to do. But it's funny because I mean this is a Top Gun game only by name only, you know, only in name only, because it has nothing to do with the movie at all. Literally, it's just a flight simulator, more or less, with the name Top Gun thrown in. So I mean, it's really like a very bare bones game. There's not a whole lot to it, but I still enjoy it from time to time. And then the absolute last game, and I'm actually starting to see that there is a theme here, which was not intentional by any means, but it is the case. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. This, by and large, is a very bad game. The play controls are terrible, the graphics are terrible, the music is the same song that's just looped over and over and over and over. And yeah, the movements of the Terminator are so horrible. The way that he jumps, he looks retarded. But I'll be damned if I didn't enjoy this game as a kid. But that's also there's another story that goes behind this this particular game, and that's a story for another day. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Those were just kind of the few games that I think by and large are terrible games, but I still have fun with. So I want to thank RonMan for kind of throwing down the gauntlet and asking me to do a response. There's my response, man. I don't know what you think of those games, but hopefully you let me know in the comments. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and until the next video, I will catch you guys later.